Born in Lower East Side, New York, a sickly kid his mother named Raymond O'Rourke. By the age of 9, barely made it out of bed. By 23, could lift pound 500. Fighting his way across the nation, bare-knuckle fisticuff sensation. Changed his name to Volcano the Great, wore a mustache with curled edges. By the age of 35, he is losing all his fights. Gets a booker in Vaudeville and tours the Midwest region. The orchestra would play Schubert. Volcano lifted round buckshot barbells, and 50 fat audience volunteers in between flex dynamic tension. That's when you go. His reputation and bill placement rose, but so did his temperament. In Boston, arrested killing a stagehand for loading bricks inside his pockets. Keith and Albee staged the defense, press seduced by muscles and tan. Volcano lifted the jury box, and the judge declared a mistrial. That's a true story, by the way. That actually happened. Volcano is fictional, but that trial was real. Years on tour, his act was all wet. To spice it up, he hired a singing midget. For comic relief and contortion, he bandied her around like gin. Off stage, he abused her for fun, but Ringling Brothers wasn't hiring on. He broke her arm in Baltimore and demanded that she still perform. When she complained to the union, he demoted her to prop management. Then to stage a publicity stunt, Volcano forced her to marry him. First time I saw her standing in the wings, watching me perform Avenue Lane. She leaned longingly into the lights. After encore, I bowed to her graciously. She glowered, charging me voluptuary. She even kicked my shin as she pushed past me. Still I saw her in that same day in that same spot. She missed the stage, missed the audience. She was intriguing like none I've ever seen. One dark night returning from my trunk, after a 3-show day, break a jump, I heard a sound on stage like an accordion. Standing alone in the ghost light, singing sweet old harvest moon, a voice like rain, echoing solemnly above the empty seats. Her song rose to bittersweet crescendo. Her feet shammied the jittering jitterbug, crossing over sideways, shuffling off the buffalo. Yidey-didey-didey-didey-yidey. Welcome to Act 2. Whoa! I'm daring to start the banter mid-song, because this is the eponymous moment where Cecil interacts with Opal for the first time as a foot. And the smallest musical instrument in Vaud Rats, part of the trivia in the chat beforehand, is an accordion. A little tiny foot accordion that just fits on Opal's foot in that pink sock. This is awesome, right? This is like a prop. This is like a real prop, right? This is like the museum of me. Welcome back to. How's everyone doing? Did you get out in the rain a little bit? Did you get some fresh air? We have fresh air in Seattle anyway. Gosh, I hope that it's spreading. May this rain spread all over town. Sarah, it's great to see you. Sarah McCall, I see you in the chat there. And Rowan, of course, and Jennifer. Please join the chat. Please join. Come on into the scene. So what happens is I do a little puppet show with my feet. You saw the picture of it in the pre-show, right? And at the end of the little scene, Opal smacks Cecil B. the ukulele over the head with this accordion. You can see that it's been glued together. Because in a performance once, I don't remember where that performance was, but I totally broke it in half. So there's a little bit of Gorilla Glue. This show sponsored by Gorilla Glue. And so that was interesting. Yeah, it just like split right off and then just fell off boop, 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 onto the stage. And well, I was doing a puppet show with my feet, so there's nothing I can do about that. You know, an actor should always just pick up the prop instead of just like, I'm ignoring that. Right? Amateur move? Well, amateur move. But I couldn't do anything about it. It was awesome, actually. It got a huge round of applause. It was a huge surprise. Maybe not a round of applause. In my memory, it was a round of applause. No, the show did really well. It was a really, really fun show. It was toured all over. I mentioned where the origins of it yesterday, where it was performed originally. And I'll continue the banter after we finish the end of the song. My skull throbbed when I regained consciousness. Cradled in her lap, my cheeks in her hands. She whispered sweetly, I could feel the breeze. I asked her name, and she replied, Opal, you're a very, very lovely dwarf. Midget is correct, she said, and then she dropped my hand. Weeks passed, she wouldn't even look at me. I stole moments to stare ungracefully. Then I ran into an opera friend in Saskatoon. He taught me how to win Opal's approval. Has anyone toured the Fringe Circuit up in Canada, in Saskatoon? If you've been to Saskatoon, if you performed there, Sarah Shea is here. Sarah Shea might have performed there. Julie Weens is here. Welcome, Julie Weens. And Leah, it's great to have you back. Yeah. So please, join the chat. Go to town. What was I just talking about? Oh, I started something and then I distracted myself. I'm the only one here, and yet I get distracted. That's the solitary experience, right? Where are my keys? Oh, they're in my pocket. I'm having a great time. I've had a really crazy day. The refrigerator broke, and then on top of all this other stuff has been like crazy wild. So I'm very excited to be here. This is fantastic. Interesting note in that song. At the time I wrote that song, I researched the little people and what little people prefer to be called. There's an organization, the Little People of America. And all over the world, the organizations. And there's a preferred term. Technically, a midget and a dwarf are physically different. A midget is just a smaller person, whereas a dwarf has dwarfism. But back when I wrote this 12 years ago, the accepted term was midget, and dwarf was considered derogatory. And now it's actually switched, because I just looked it up again for my email blast, because I wanted to make sure and refer respectfully. So now, because midget has been used derogatorily, now dwarf is accepted, and that's awesome. The fact of the matter is, this is the best love affair ever, right? This is the best love affair ever. Crazy stuff is about to happen. So this show toured all over the place. I mentioned the first performances were in D.C. at the Downtown Arts Center, and then there was some music that changed. Sarah, can you clarify what music has changed? Did you clarify that yesterday and I missed that text? I would love to know. I didn't research that. I didn't want to research that. I want somebody to tell me, or it to live on in infamy. So after that, yeah, I did. It toured some other places as well. It toured to like the prominent places. Oh, I should also mention that Brian Neel was the technical conspirator on that tour. Bronte's ran the tech show, the tech of that, like crazy. It was awesome. And I've had several stage managers over the years. Tim Moore was a stage manager when I performed in Reston, Virginia, at the Reston Performing Arts Center, and Jose Amador was the stage manager in the last round, the last version at Balagan Theater 10 years ago. What? So that was interesting. And they were great. They were all fantastic. And Jennifer Neel was the stage manager in Charleston, South Carolina, performing at Pure Theater at the Piccolo Spoleto Theater Festival. It was awesome. We got a beach house. Oh no, it wasn't a beach house. We got a nice house near the beach. It wasn't a beach house. That was the Theater Simple tour a few years before. The Vaudrats performed it in a church, like a real church, and there was no stage. It was a church, and we set it up sort of in the round, in like sort of 2/3, and some of it, and we had a mirror on one side of the stage, so that some of the stuff that I did, that like the puppet show, would be for facing one audience, but then the other audience would see it through the mirror. It was awesome. It was totally awesome. I had 103-degree fever. And I didn't even know. Like an hour before the show, I'm laying across the front audience going, I don't think I can go on. And, I'm known to be a little bit of a prima donna. So Jennifer was like, oh, get up. You're just being a prima donna. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do the show. So I did 5-show run and then came home, and I had 2 weeks off after the run, and I didn't get better. So I went to the doctor, and he was like, you have pneumonia. So that was that. And that was when I stopped drinking cappuccinos and lattes because I couldn't have dairy. And then they said I had to not have dairy for a month. And then after a month, the first thing I did was get a double tall latte. And I was like, milk. Ugh. That's a great digression. Fantastic. From vaudeville to lactose intolerant. You're seeing it here, folks. Oh, it's great to be back. I'm glad you're back, Leah. Oh, Eric, hey, how's it going? Good folks out there. Small but mighty. These live streams are going to be saved. Han Solo, I deleted those unless you have Patreon subscribers get access to those videos, but no one else. But these are going to stay up. I'm just going to keep these up for a while. So by the morning, I think there were 40 or 50 views of Act 1. So yeah, but you're here live, interacting in the chat. That's not a song. All right, let's get back to it, shall we? There's not a lot of vaudeville history in this one. I mean, I mentioned the one little bit of it, I think, that exists so far is that trial. This is a love story. Act 2 is a love story. It's personal. And we have that here. So I'm going to take a moment, just make sure the sound is good. Nobody's mentioning, like, I can't hear anything. You look blurry. Vaudrats Museum. Totally. Julie Weens, it's great to see you. Or virtually, know that you're out there. Thanks, Sarah. You can verify that all the songs are right on target. Fantastic. There will be one later that won't be on target. So there. I'll be like, in the script, you're following the script, you're like that. So, this is the crazy bit. So, in the show, Cecil, Beatty Ukulele, woos Opal by learning an opera number on ukulele. And, well, let's just see what happens, shall we? So he traps her backstage between acts, and he brashly does this. La ci darem la mano, la mi dirai di sì. Vedi non è lontano, partiam ben mio da qui. Vorrei, non vorrei, mi trema un poco il cor. Felice versarei, ma può burlarmi ancora. Può burlarmi ancora. Vieni mio bel diletto, mi fa pitamasetto. Io cangerò tua sorte, presto, non son più forte, non son più forte, non son più forte. Vieni, la ci darem la mano, vorrei, non vorrei, la mi dirai di sì. Mi trema un poco il cor, ti ambien mio da qui. Ma pur burbarvian, vieni mio bel, mi fa piacere, mio ti non prendi, lo dai, ti lo bade, non ti lo badi, lo badi, non son più forte, non son più forte, non son più forte. Andiam. That was awesome. Very much, very much. Opera on the uke. Opera on the uke. And then I'm getting all like, rapped. I don't know what that's at. Opera on the uke. Opera on the uke. That was awesome. The first workshops of the show were performed at the Garage, the Union Garage in Seattle. The very first workshop performance was performed there. And it was hobbled together. I mentioned things were sort of hobbled together. The next song that I performed was actually the first song that I wrote that's in this operetta. And it wasn't written for this operetta. So there's that. There are a lot of people that over the years have contributed to this, and I just want to thank some people from the past. At the very end, there'll be credits of all the people who've sort of been involved. So many. But John Lagabaugh was the first to sort of invite it in and sponsor it, which is great. And there are a lot of people that have contributed. Megan. Jim Pargolsky was the first director of the piece for the first DC run, and then Megan Arnett has been somebody who's watched it and been a third eye and tweaked it and altered it and perfected it over the years. The opera was originally adapted with the help of Gusta Johnson, and there's just a lot. It was a really fun thing to do, a fun collaboration with a lot of different people. Damien Sinclair, I have to thank Damien for supporting it in DC. There was a crazy email I sent because the first performance didn't do very well. Like there weren't many people in the audience, and it was like when you premiere a show, it's so insecure, right? You're like oh. And so I wrote like this like tortured email to Jennifer at the time. And instead of sending it to Jennifer, I sent it to Damien. And then the next morning I went, oh no. And I called him and he was like, no, actually, this was really great. It was great to hear what it's like on the performance side of things. It was incredibly understanding. And then Damien, a couple years later, brought me to Reston because he became the presenter there. So, and Damien still keeps in touch. Damien, are you still around? Are you out there? Damien, are you there? Damien? I don't see him. Well, if you're there, text me later because I'm performing right now. So you know, do whatever you want later. How's everybody doing out there? Record scratch. Yeah, totally. Sarah's here. Sarah Shea's here. Finally here. It's about time, Sarah. I hope you have a cocktail. I'm wearing my Vaudrats shirt. Rowan's wearing a Vaudrats shirt. That's a great Vaudrats shirt. If you have a Vaudrats shirt, shout out. Shout out on the chat. What's up, Sarah? So, yeah. What else do I gotta say? Oh, one thing I wanted to say about La Chi. A moment of seriousness, if you can say that. I'm teaching at some playwriting at a couple high schools and a middle school, so I'm going to lecture a little bit. But the thing that I really am proud of with the opera section, the opera song in the operetta, aside from the fact that it's just awesome, is it's a moment that is unique to the art form of theater. Because you through the suspension of disbelief of Cecil playing both characters, but at the same time, because I've been playing all these different characters, you're able to overlay Opal into the song as well. So by the end, it's Opal who's singing, or is Opal singing? We don't know, right? So there's this sort of like interesting, like the seduction of Opal plays very successfully because of the theatricality of it. And that's unique to theater. I love those moments. I ask my students to seek those moments of the live experience that can only be the live experience. That can't be cinema, because cinema would be like all these overlays or like the actual actors playing themselves. Like even just simple things like on stage you could have two people that don't look alike playing identical twins, but in a film that would never fly. So I love that stuff, and I'm particularly proud when I discover them in my work. So that's one of the things I'm excited for there. Awesome. So first song, it was written for this operetta, not for this operetta. And let's begin, shall we? Let's do it, shall we? Because once this song starts, things are going to just roll out. And it's going to get a little, I don't know what it's going to get. I feel like it might, get me here a little bit. Because it's been a while. And it has meaning. I mean, it has meaning because it's a beautiful story. And really, that's it. A foreign hallway at dawn, I'm walking you home, innocent and peaceful. We halt to say goodbye, then longing suffuses me, flooding my reasoning. I'm submerged suddenly within your eyes. A high-pressure system, intense precipitation, no point surviving, just let me drown. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. I collapse into your intoxicating tornado and hail mercilessly. Listen without delicacy, wind surrounding me, holding and twisting, bathing a tumbleweed sweetly drubbed. I'm stuck, 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 I'm stuck chasing storms. Please don't exhale. I want this to stay a storm without an end. Don't keep me wandering aimlessly outside looking in. Rip me apart again. I've been here before with different types of storms, earthquakes, tsunamis, brunettes, redheads, and blondies, taken from the mundane into a world of pain, tumultuous, regretful. Bring it on. Calm is boring. I am searching for someone to hurt me again. Suffocate me in your cascade, release the blizzard again. A tempest, a freezing wind. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. I'm stuck, 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 I'm stuck. Very much. Cecil Vidi Ukulele, here to entertain. That was Storm Chaser. That was the storm being chased. The Storm Chaser. A Storm Chaser. Excellent. I'm just gonna check in with the text. The chat. I'm just gonna check in with the chat. Can you stop making noise? I'm trying to check in with the chat, and you keep distracting me. Can somebody, those chips, man? I don't, just stop. I'm just sorry. I don't mean to be rude. Boy. Oh, Jennifer's gonna get some shirts. Awesome. Yeah, I think we do still have some of those. Excellent. Talking about t-shirts. Cool. Awesome. I'm just going to. I want to take a moment here, before rolling forward, to talk about, to pass the hat a little bit. Please, I'm asking for a suggested donation of $10 to keep the creativity flowing. I'm going to go to the screen right now. Proceeds tonight, aside from benefiting me, will also benefit the mutual aid of South King County, offering support. You can read it here, for survivors of the sick and disabled, immunocompromised, undocumented, Black, queer, Indigenous, and people of color. I'm having a great time doing these podcasts. It's not a podcast. These live streams, complete with mess ups, right? I mean, songs. That's the excitement with the live stream. It is live, and so you get that live experience of messing up, and the sound is completely pure. I'm not altering it in any way. And in order to keep doing these things, every little bit counts. Tough times for all of us, and I understand if you don't have anything to spare, and that is absolutely fine. But if you can spare just a little, please Venmo or PayPal, or I can get you the address to send a check, whatever works for you. But yeah, please, if you get a chance, I'll show that screen at the end as well, so that so that kind of thing can happen. And it's wonderful. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's coming up. I'm going to take a little break from live streaming and come back at the end of October for a Halloween show, The Luring Well. So stay tuned for that, sort of a horror song cycle. I experiment with minimalism in Vaud Rats, minimalism even on the ukulele, and I take it to the next level in sort of a horror sort of way in the next show. So workshopped that a year or so ago, and it's got a new ending and 3 new songs that I have to write. In a car, maybe. No, I won't need a car. I won't need a car. There's no driving anywhere anymore. So, yeah, that's great. This weekend, I'm directing a show that does live stream at 18th and Union called The Wolver. Liam White performing a solo show about a half-man, half-wolf, not a werewolf. Anyways, it's a really fun show. It's a really fun solo show. Coming up this Friday night at 10 o'clock at 18th and Union live streams. Go to 18thunion.org for that. And then I'm also directing a show in October as well, part of the Pandemic Plays, also at 18th and Union. So check that out. Check my website, my website, kbrianneel.com. Yeah, it's my name.com. And that go to the Now Showing tab, and it shows you the Now Showing. So do that stuff. I can't. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all the support you had. The outpouring of everything yesterday was fantastic. I'm also going to have a cast party tonight. So if you want to come to the cast party, I'm going to post the Zoom link after, and we can have a cocktail together on Zoom, because that's the best way to have Zoom in our lives these days. All right. You ready for it? You ready for this? You ready to bring it home? Bring it in? Sounding good out there? It feels like it's a little peaking. I feel like I might be a little hot. Do you agree? I'm going to take it down a little bit. I feel like it's peaking. I think I've got a little excited. And it gets a little, intense here, so I'm going to take it down just a drop. Is everybody ready? Everybody ready to ramp up? All right. Here we go. A week later, on the sleeper train, I found her beaten, crying in the hallway. I took her to my berth and held her gently. He's a violent, crazy, crazy man. Leave him, come with me, I've got a plan. She thought and dreamed, but said she can't. This is bad, and it's getting worse. Oh, Paul, I'm not afraid of Volcano. Well, actually I am, but that's the point, oh, Paul. We have to get away. Vaud is dying, oh, Paul. Look at Cincy and Pitts. It's only a matter of time. I think we should go to Australia. Look at Rudy Horn and May Tilly. They're doing well in Australia. We'll slip off the train in Reading and catch the Eastern back. We're gonna be fine, oh, Paul. Go to sleep. Oh, Paul, my little girl, oh, so sweet. I miss your hands, miss them on my cheek. Your round face, dark hair, your lips cerise, ignited me like a remedy. Opal and I shock awake. Is the train derailing? Opal suddenly jerked away. What is happening? Bang, bash, batter, beat, blast, blitz, buffet, box. The door is gone. Is that the hallway? Opal hunched in the corner. Did she scream? Clap, cover, clout club, flail, flog, cuff, crack. My face is raw. How did the floor get here? Opal is gone. Do I keep blacking out? Hammer, hook, jab, kick, knock, nail, pelt, pound! I can't move. Something dripping down my face. Shattered glass everywhere. Is that Volcano's shoe? Rap, slap, sock, smack, thrash, wallop, whack, pop, bang, bash, batter, beat, blast, blitz, buffet, box, clap, cover, clout, club, flail, flog, cuff, crack, hammer, hook, jab, kick, knock, nail, pelt, pound! I wake up in a room. Is this a hotel? I'm wrapped in towels. I must get to my tour. Is there a doctor in this town? What town is this anyway? Where is Opal? How long have I been here? But oh, that she had never, never been of the many faces I've never seen. Still they come and go before me. And oh, my love, as I sing for you tonight, I no longer have any hope to heal the suffering or make requite. I own that some of me is dead tonight. Tossed about like a shadow, buffeted by flames, a shadow that's gone astray and is lost. My name is my act forgot, washed up bust, and I don't know who I am, a stranger in familiar land, a no-act Vaudevillian. I don't have a home, but even if I did, I'd long for the road. begin again, right here at the end. Invent a new name, step back onto the stage, hit the amateur spots, and soon they'll build me up, and up and up and up, 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 and I'll be saving up, 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 for Australia, where I'll show them my wow, 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 wow finish, 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 wow. Very much. Blackout. End of show. Curtain. Yeah, babies. Very, very much. Oh, that was so incredible. What a couple of nights. What a couple of nights. I've never played the wow finish before live. I played it once and recorded it. Well, I rehearsed it for the recording, but it was always recorded. And that last dun, 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 I was like, oh, wow, there's no body memory here. What? But that's okay. It's crazy zany. I mean, in the show, I'm doing all these acrobatic things, jumping over chairs, rolling around, doing a big old finale dance number. You will see it again. It will happen someday. I will perform this again. Of a lot of my solo shows, after I created them, I went, after I toured them, I was like, I'm done. And this one I feel like I could just do forever. And that's why we're here. Forever, I mean, I'm not gonna do it every year. I mean, it's not like Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah, check that one out. So, did you enjoy it? Was that fun? Did you have a good time? Do you have any questions before we part? Before we end this sweet serenade, groovy wow finish? Thank you all. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all. Thanks to everyone who has helped with the show over the years. Thank you to Rowan Ellis Neel for all the support and in all of my work and everything that has happened in the runs of this. Rowan was too young to do any of the child labor that I made Bronte do. Hey, it's a vaudeville family thing, right? So, but Rowan Rowan's feedback on last night, FaceTiming today, it was just invaluable. You're always close to me. All my family is near and dear, and all of you. Thank you for your support over the years. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing the shows in the past and in the future. And I love you, man. I love you all. I love you so much. So fantastic. I've had a great time. I will see you in a month or so. Stay safe. Stay good to each other. Be good. Be real. Vote. Get some voting happening. We need to create change. Continue the momentum that we're on for social change. It's happening, but we got to not let it wane. Not let it be yesterday's news. So keep moving forward on that. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Ciao, baby.